Let me tell y'all the reason why it got canceled. Unfortunately, some sexual allegations came out about the CEO, Mr. Wizard, that happened allegedly 20 years ago with a player that was at EVO, I believe. Unfortunately, the allegations seem to be true, as Mr. Wizard did come out on Twitter and say that he did do that, but is a changed person and over the 20 years has gotten help, which we don't know if it's true or not because these are allegations. But once those allegations came out, people did drop out very quickly. You had Capcom drop out, you had Bandai Namco drop out. You also had the makers of Them Fighting Herds drop out. We also had NetherRealm drop out very quickly. This all happened basically in a 12-hour period last Thursday, July 2nd. And I myself, I just couldn't believe that this happened. We were all looking forward to that, especially with very little action because of the pandemic this year. How did you feel about this, shocking allegations, Chris?
It really shocked me because I had no idea that that stuff happened and what's going on, and for it to be the main guy for Evo, that was a big hit. And this stuff happens in all different industries around the world, and it's important to spread awareness and try to make sure that when this does happens, that all details of each side are investigated so that the truth comes out, and so that whoever needs to be punished gets punished. If it's a single person or a few people in an organization, punish those people. Don't try to punish the whole organization as a group, because they're if you got one person or few people, then every other person that was working for that company or that event had nothing to do with it. They just get blamed. It's like mass punishment. I forgot who said this, but they were saying like people who get outed and they're like, oh yeah, I've been getting help with this. It's like, if you haven't gotten punished for it, then how are you recovered? I mean, that might be self recovery, but you haven't gotten punished for it, and the innocent person that you harmed hasn't had that justice yet.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Something that you said that I definitely agree with is punishing the whole tournament, because myself, I've been to EVO in 2019 and 2018, the last 2 years, and
Mm.
it was a great event. Outside of course, allegations, but I am tired of people saying things like, "If you support EVO, you're dead to me." I heard somebody say something like that, and
Mm.
saying that humanity is just crap, and just a lot of negativity, and taking this out of bounds of what the allegation was. And I thought that Evo was a great event. Now, I'm not sweeping this under the rug. It's a horrible allegation. It is the CEO of Evo, and it should be dealt with properly, but it should not just tarnish the whole event, because
Mm.
having the platform that Evo gave us as far as the FGC, of being on ESPN, also being in Las Vegas, all the connections they've made over the last 25 years, you got to realize that Evo's been around before the internet, and that is something that you really have to take into consideration. And I know a lot of people that are in the FGC that only knew Evo as the FGC. I honestly hope that Evo does, make the changes. I think the Cannons are now in charge as far
Mm.
as the face of Evo, and that they now will do whatever it takes to bring Evo back to the level that it was. And I just believe that Evo should still be, if they make the right changes, the Super Bowl of the FGC.
Evo is more than a tournament. It's a convention. You have other companies
Exactly.
there showing off new games, selling tech, the vendors. You got ESPN. Being a part of ESPN is huge, and no other gaming FGC gaming event has been a part of something like that, to that scale and to, say automatically, oh, well, who's up next? I'm hearing, the other tournament events, they don't even want to, do all that. They don't want to get to that level because, it's too much pressure, it's too much responsibility, and they're good where they're at. Until someone wants to take that responsibility, just don't automatically put that pressure on them. We need to stand behind EVO, the people left working for EVO, and support them. I just don't get this person, people that are trying to bash the whole, EVO company and, trying to look for the next EVO. Like, no, that they don't understand the business side of things. And that's not how it just works. You can't just flip a switch and it's like, oh, we're the next EVO now. Like, no, because
Right.
I'm sorry, without EVO, it's like we don't have, if EVO, falls and people don't look at this in a different way, in a more logical perspective, we're going to lose EVO. And it's just, we're going to have to pretty much start all over with, having, the biggest event, here in the US, because EVO brings out everybody across the world.